Here's your Storm Track 7 forecast.
I'm Storm Track 7 meteorologist Danny Cassidy. This week ahead, as we wrap up July and start the month of August on Thursday, it is going to be hot, it is going to be humid, and we could have a few storm chances mixed in as well for this week ahead. And the third thing we'll talk about here is the wildfire smoke returning. I think it's going to stay elevated, but it's going to be lingering quite a bit until the mid-level of the atmosphere pattern changes. So it's going to be something we're going to have to deal with here, so I think for much of this week. So we'll talk about all three of these, and first we'll talk about the heat and humidity, because I think that's going to be the biggest thing and the most guaranteed thing for this week. Dew points, the best of the dew points are going to be tomorrow, only in the lower 70s, but for much of the week ahead, mid to possibly upper 70s at times. And I do think it's going to decline after Thursday, but we are bordering on the awful range for much of this week and maybe into the awful range through Thursday. So I know it's Eastern Iowa. I know we kind of get that corn sweat, that humidity, but it is not going to be comfortable whatsoever for much of this week. Heat is going to build in as well, and we combine those high temperatures with the humidity. We are going to be on the rise here. So tomorrow might actually be a few degrees cooler than today, depending on where you are in the viewing area. It's still going to be muggy, though, no matter what. It's still going to be pretty hot in the upper 80s and low 90s for that peak heat indices. Monday, and really Monday through much of the week until Thursday, I think we'll be bordering triple digits or exceeding it Tuesday, and I think especially Wednesday. Now, as I mentioned, the wildfire smoke will be returning, and this could actually help a little bit and maybe cool us down a degree or two, but it's still going to be muggy no matter what, and these temperatures, although they may fluctuate, it's going to be hot no matter where you are in Eastern Iowa. Now let's talk about the storm chances. So there was a level 1 risk for much of our western areas for late Sunday night, and you see a level 2 risk now upgraded for portions of South Dakota and Nebraska. The good news is the timing of this will be after midnight Sunday night and mostly early Monday morning. So I think by the time it gets here, it's going to lose some of its steam. So you can see that risk, mostly along and west of I-35, does trickle a little bit close to Eastern Iowa. But we still can see some heavy rain with these storms as well, maybe kind of gustier winds and maybe a small chance of some smaller hail. But I think for the most part, it'll just be general showers and storms. So let's walk through Monday morning together. So for tonight, might see a few isolated showers after midnight. If you do have any plans, the rain's not going to ruin them. It's just going to be very muggy. Then tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. on Sunday, most of the rain chances will be east of I-380. So for our central and eastern areas, that's the best chance. Not expected to be severe. We don't really have the ingredients for severe weather, but maybe you could see some brief downpours at times. That'll continue through the evening hours, and you see most of it wrapping up by dinner. Now the collection of storms off to our north and to our west will start to come down from Minnesota and kind of combine with a little bit of a disturbance from the southwest. They'll be feeding a little bit of energy from the southwest. So we'll see those storms arrive after midnight, and they do start to dissipate the farther east you go. So basically, during the day tomorrow, the best chance of storms will be for our eastern half. Overnight Sunday into early Monday, the best chance will be for our western half. And most of it, I think, wraps up by your Monday morning commute. So hopefully, we'll have a dry and okay commute there for Monday. So overall tonight, low temperatures in the upper 60s and low 70s. We're going to stay muggy overnight, light southerly wind. Most of us are dry except for a few isolated showers. During the day tomorrow, the best chance of storms will be for our central and eastern areas, and mainly east of 380. Highs in the low to mid 80s and staying muggy with a southerly wind at 5 to 15. Now for a chance of severe weather on Monday. Right now, there's just a level 1 risk for, you can see, southeast Minnesota, southwest Wisconsin, all of eastern Iowa, portions of Missouri, and the entire state of Illinois. So that does include the entire KWWL viewing area. And the reason why it's a level 1 at this point is due to uncertainty. So we're going to see those morning storms, and that might stabilize the atmosphere, which would prohibit, or at least I should say inhibits, the chance of severe weather. If we do see storms redevelop, though, during Monday afternoon and evening, this could be the chance of maybe we could see some strong severe storms. If we did, they would be probably gusty winds and large hail. Tornadic activity chances are rather low. But it's something we'll have to watch Monday morning, depending on how those storms behave. That'll lead to either a decreased or increased chance of storms Monday afternoon and evening. And I do think the best chance will be east of us, and the Storm Prediction Center did hint at as we get closer to Monday, the day of, we'll have a lot better of an idea of what to expect. So here's Monday morning. So those storms did dissipate, have some cloud cover during the day, and you see that cloud cover kind of hangs around. So if this scenario plays out, then we'll see most of the storms, I think, off to our east. So I think the best chance of storms, at least in our neck of the woods, would be the farther east you go, but most of it does lie east of the Mississippi. And if we did see any storm chances, I think those would wrap up by midnight, if not a little bit earlier. So that's something we'll watch. If storms dissipate earlier Monday morning, then we could see the chance of redevelopment during the afternoon and evening, so it's something we'll keep in mind. The last thing is going to be that wildfire smoke. So majority of this is going to stay elevated. Air quality issues should be minor at the surface. However, I think it is going to be pretty thick through much of next week. So you see a little bit on the right in the middle, kind of there in the yellow, and it will start to thin out for us during the day on Sunday. But watch Sunday night into the day on Monday, those darker yellows and oranges continue, and this only goes out a couple days, but this will continue to filter in from the west. You can see on the really thick side, and as I mentioned, it will stay elevated, but it is going to be something we're going to have to deal with for at least much of next week until the upper air pattern either shifts or the fires get contained a little bit out west in the United States and Canada. So there's a lot with this forecast. Stay weather aware, stay safe, stay hydrated. And of course, we'll be watching any potential of that smoke going to the ground, but I think for now, it will stay elevated. So with all that being said, your city-by-city forecast for Waterloo, Dubuque, Cedar Rapids, and Iowa City. So storm chances through Monday. Tuesday, I think we're going to be dry, and then I think the best chance of rain all week will be Wednesday night into Thursday. We're going to have to watch this time frame, because if things set up the way they could, we could see some stronger storms there, but nothing official yet, still some uncertainty. Alert day for Wednesday due to the hottest day of the week, and I think we could see many areas exceed triple-digit heat indices. And again, this might change due to cloud cover, but I think the worst of the heat will be on Wednesday, as well as maybe that strong storm chance. Storm chances linger to the day on Thursday and possibly Friday. We'll have to watch Friday how much that system lingers. Otherwise, generally speaking, next weekend, pretty consistently looking like we'll be dry, we'll be a little bit more seasonal. We'll probably still be muggy with dew points in the low to mid 60s, but it'll feel a lot more like early August should rather than the 90s and maybe feels like 100 degrees that we'll be experiencing for the last week of July.